scary story time at 5 in the morning, Appalachian Mountain edition. Appalachia, whatever it's called, I don't know. So we're gonna call this woman Tammy, and we're gonna call her husband Josh. Get your money's worth and let it drain. I'm not trying to make up this time because it is like 5 in the morning. Now, Tammy and her husband's anniversary was coming up, and she wanted to do something special for him, and she knew that he absolutely loved going hiking. Okay, can this open? Going hiking. So she was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my man on a hiking trip. So she decided to take this man to a mountain called Black Mountain, and the locals were like, the woods are different out there, you shouldn't go. And I honestly will be adding all of my dye because I'm bored. But obviously, do you think she listened to the locals? No, she doesn't listen to the locals. She actually does the complete opposite. And to make all matters worse, they decided to hike at night. Who would have thought of this idea? I don't know. Now, they weren't just going to be hiking, they were also going to be camping. So again, don't know why they decided to go out late. So they make it past like this old abandoned fire tower, and now they were falling asleep when out of nowhere the husband had noticed like these flashlights like around the tent, and at first he had thought the flashlights were like fireflies, and he was like, babe, like, look at these flashlights, they're like, fireflies, they're blue, this is like smell like a scent. And she's like, what are you talking about? So they both stepped outside of this tent, and that's when they realized that it actually wasn't freaking fireflies. They were flashlights, and they had no idea where they were coming from. And keep in mind, these colors weren't like regular flashlight colors. Like, they were literally like pale and blue, the type of like lighting that makes your hair. And it wasn't just one or two lights, it was actually several of them. They decided to take their flashlight out, and they're like, okay, maybe this will scare these things away. And when they did it, it all scattered, the lights scattered, and then like gathered into one big beam. Do you know how scary that is? So spooked out, they're like, what the crap did we just see? And then out of nowhere, they heard like footsteps, like more than, I'd say, 5 footsteps running towards them at the same time. They both run in the tent, and they're literally just holding each other, and they just hear the footsteps surrounding their tent all night long. And they also heard words like help me, whispers. Oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps. Okay, so after this, they decide, okay, we cannot go on with the trail, we gotta go home. The husband says this. She wants to continue the trail. She wants to keep going after what they've been through last night, all night. They didn't even get to go to sleep, and she wants to keep going. She's like, no, our anniversary. And he's like, girl, I could care less about our anniversary. Our anniversary will be better if we make it home alive. So they make it back to their hotel, and the husband was talking to what are they called, like the women at the register. They were talking to one of them, and I forgot what they're called. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna say a waitress, even though I know that's not the name for them. And he was just telling them what they had went through, and like the waitress, whatever her name was, she went pale, and she's like, yeah, because you guys were camping in an area where a mine fell in and killed 27 men. I'm done. We were what? Yeah, why do you think that fire tower is abandoned? Every year there is reported, like every single year, they get reports of people complaining or people never coming back from going in those parts of the woods because they hear words like help me, save me, and they go in trying to investigate and save the people, and they end up going missing themselves. Oh my gosh, goosebumps. I wish, can y'all see? My hairs are literally standing up. I always overactivate my slime, but then like if it sits for like a day, it's not overactive anymore, and I honestly don't understand the science. Like, does that mean like it's just sitting or something like that? Like, y'all, I suck at making slime. Scary story time on how a mimic acted like my dad while I make slime. Now this is my story, and I've told it on my page before, but I want to give like an updated version. Get your money's worth and what? Let it drain. I can't believe I'm out of this big old jug. Oh my gosh. And this will be somewhat of clay slime. We're gonna make it pink. So when this happened, I was like, what, 14 years old? I was like 15 years old, and we had just moved to this new house in Vegas. Luckily, we got the biggest room in the house with a walk-in closet, and me and my siblings were so, what the crap? Me and my siblings were so weird. We liked sleeping in the closet more than our room. Now let's fast forward a bit, right? I think this took place during the start of COVID. I can't really remember, but it was definitely when we did not have school. I'm adding scents to it. Yeah. To describe the smell, smells really pretty and cute. So keep in mind, our bedtime was like maybe 10 o'clock, 11. I can't really remember. But we were supposed to be going to sleep. Do you think we were doing that? No, we were in the closet up watching like JC and Casey, Corey Kenshin, Gotcha Life. Now keep in mind, it's definitely like 2, 3 a.m. And the two youngest sisters, they had their own room now, so we knew it wasn't them. We're on this little Android phone, not supposed to be being up. Okay, I don't know if I said that right. And then we hear footsteps down the hallway. Now, when you live in like a strict sort of abusive household, you can memorize the sounds of the footsteps, and you know who it is. Now, this was our nightly routine with our dad. He would literally come in the middle of the night to like see if we were sleeping, and then he'll give like us a kiss on our forehead or whatever. So in our head, that's what he coming in here to do at 3 in the morning. Now, the door opens, and then, oh my gosh, what's on me? It's a piece of hair. The door opens, and then as like I hear the footsteps getting closer, and keep in mind, our closet was kind of like our closet door was kind of like a foot off of the ground, so you can really see, for real, like you could see, right? And now keep in mind, I was looking underneath the door, so the fact that I couldn't see any footsteps was also like really creepy to me, because what the crap. And our closet door was like right here, and our door was like right here. So when you open that door, we could see it from the closet door. So whatever it is, it gets closer, and I'm still thinking it's my dad. I'm just thinking my vision freaking sucks, because it does. And then out of freaking nowhere, I hear a growl underneath the door. I swear, like it was me and my sisters, and we all heard it. I thought I was tripping, but I heard this like a growl, like underneath the door. And then like the door thing turned a little bit, and then it just went away. And that was that. And so I'm like, so I'm freaked out. My sister's freaked out. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So after that, me and my sisters, like maybe after like 5 minutes, me and my sisters are like, you heard that too, right? And we're literally freaked out and scared. I'm freaked out. My sister freaked out. We all looking at each other like boo boo the foo. Because what did we just hear? So at this point, I'm cuddled up with my sister, and I was like, I'm going to sleep. I'm scared. So I literally went to sleep, and then like I remember asking my dad about it the next day, and he said he was never in the room. Like he slept all night that night. Freaky, right? Freaky. I'm gonna add like a little bit of play. I don't want to add that much. I think this should be like a perfect amount. There we go. Now, yeah, that house, I'm not gonna say that house was creepy, but the garage was definitely creepy. But yeah, that's a scary story time. Maybe the mimic wasn't the right word for it, but it was definitely creepy, and I can't even explain it. Scary story time, Skinwalker edition, while I make clay slime sent in by fans. Keep the money flipping is all I know, baby, you know. I felt so bad because Annabeth sent me this story like months ago, and I just now seen it. But anyways, y'all know, get your money's worth in what? Let it drain. Okay, I don't want it to like spill this time, but so Annabeth was like 11 years old when her family decided that they were going, for the summer, they were going to spend like, they were going to spend a summer in a cabin. There we go. So this was her little brother's idea, but her and her other brother were like, I don't think that we should do this. Like, I don't want to. Like, it just doesn't seem like a good idea. So her family go to the cabin anyway. Even though she doesn't think that this is a good idea, she's like 11 years old. What could she freaking do? When I say the cabin is in the middle of nowhere, the cabin was in the middle of nowhere. Like, the nearest store was like 30 minutes from where they were at. Now, the first couple of days, they go camping, they go hiking, and it's all fun, but at the same time, Annabeth has a feeling that something is watching her and it's not leaving her alone. So after a week of them being in this cabin, the parents have to obviously go to the store for more supplies. So they leave pretty late. So they leave like around like maybe like 9. And again, the nearest store is like 30 minutes away from them. So they're not going to be back until later, okay? I overactivated it. So around 10:30, it was time for Annabeth and her little brother to go to sleep. Now, Annabeth is sharing a room with her little brother and her dog. Now, at this point, an hour and 30 minutes has passed, and the older brother decided to sleep in the room with the rest of them. So literally everyone is like dozing off into that deep sleep when they hear like this loud thud. So obviously this literally scares them awake. My cat keeps attacking me. A few minutes after that, they hearing walking down the hallway. So like they hear footsteps, and the first thought that they have is it's their parents, because it's been like 2 hours and their parents is nowhere to be found. So the footsteps walks all the way down the hallway and stop directly in front of their door, and it knocks 3 times. Now when it's finished knocking, they go, oh, who is it? And the whatever it is says, kids, come out, dinner is ready. Now initially the little brother tried to run to go open the door, but Annabeth stopped him because Annabeth realized that they ate dinner before their parents left. What are you talking about? I'm adding the clay. Now Annabeth replies and say, we're not hungry, Mom. And the whatever it is gets really angry and goes, yes you are, come out and eat. Now this is when the big brother locks in and he's like, wait a second, yeah, that's not our mom. Like, our mom's not going to talk to us like that. Plus our mom literally fed us before she left, so this is weird. So the little boy is kind of like wrestling with his older sister, and Annabeth is trying her hardest to stop the little brother to opening the door. Now, just as the little boy was about to open the door, they hear a car pull up in the driveway. When the car pulls up, whatever is outside their door makes the weirdest noise known to man, and then it just stops, and then the parents come in the house. The parents go to check on the kids, and the kids are obviously freaked out. But Annabeth says she feels like she experienced a skinwalker or a mimic, because it was just like surreal, and it sounded just like her mother, and she feels like if they would have opened the door, it would have been a different story. Now look at my unicorn slime. I want to call it cotton candy. It smells really good. I put like pink little polka dots in it. Really pretty.